So I was drilling chokes with my female student, and one of the boxers interrupted us. After instigating his male ego and giving her a nice pep talk and believing in her, what ensued was mayhem. She gets a hold of him and chokes him right. The commotion makes another boxer come in. Maybe he was trying to flirt, whatever, but to his shock, she's dangerous. She chokes him out. Another boxer comes in thinking everyone's being too nice, trying to flirt, so he tries his hardest, right? He gets choked out. So another boxer's like, okay, this gotta be hype. What's going on? And of course, he gets choked out. Despite all this, she was still being underestimated until she got a hold of his neck. This right here is the power of jiu-jitsu against an untrained opponent. This is what the art is for.
I believe it would have been a bit of a different story if the boxers could utilize their boxing in this particular scenario, but to be fair though, jiu-jitsu is still very effective. But give these guys just 1 month of basic fundamental training and it will not be that easy. Let's see what happens when she goes against her trainer next.
I'm Taylor. I'm Taylor. That's how them bitches be feeling. No, it naturally snaps it down. Alright, see. What's she doing?
That's eight that she learned.
Okay. I don't eat. This is gonna help you, Taylor. Don't go to sleep, Taylor. Make sure you tap.
I reckon Poland have got a 5-second lead on the USA, but it's closing a little bit because Okolo's coming through. Jamaica are chasing, and Great Britain on the last leg. Martin Rooney could well be having to run down the Polish champion on the last leg to get a medal for Great Britain. USA, I would expect to overhaul Poland. Jamaica might, but can Great Britain and can Bahrain?
Martin Rooney takes it for Great Britain and Northern Ireland. I thought for a moment it was dropped. Just a check from Martin Rooney. That might have cost fractions as Bahrain come past. And Abbas finished very, very well yesterday. And the chase is on up front though, because Michael Cherry is closing in and just speeding past Justina Svertier-Setic, who can't panic here. And she knows, she knew this was going to happen here. But she's chasing a medal and she's trying to hold up Javon Francis of Jamaica. Great Britain and Northern Ireland in fifth at the moment, just behind Bahrain. Bahrain with a very impressive Abbas on the anchor leg. Martin Rooney trying to close, but the Bahraini athlete is strong, and he in turn is closing on Francis, and Francis now passes Justina Svertier-Setic, but Martin Rooney trying to get their United States way out in front. They take a new world record, sub 3:10. Jamaica hold on, Bahrain in third, Martin Rooney fourth, and Poland fifth.
This just goes to show the stark difference between men and women's physical abilities. She had a generous head start, and the males still lapped her by the end. Woo.
Just further to the debate about whether the professional ladies football teams, the international ones, could beat men's teams. It's been sent a story here from the Evening Standard. This was 2 years ago. The Australian women's national team, who were ranked number 5 in the world at the time, lost 7-0 to a team of 15-year-old boys.
Awkward.
Well, but my point is, you can laugh at it, or you can accept that 15-year-old boys are probably all, 6'1", 6'2" athletes.
Who were the 15-year-old boys?
They were the new...
You get paid what the men get paid. We're asking you to get paid the same percentage of revenue shared.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Got it. So that's a huge misconception.
That's a huge misconception.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, because every video is like, oh, this person gets paid this person gets paid that, right?
So I want to be really clear about that. Like, I don't think I should get paid the same as LeBron.
Right.
But the percentage of revenue, like, for example, they sell my jersey in Mandalay Bay, I don't get a dime.
You don't get any money from jersey sales?
That's crazy.
In the NBA, they have percentages of revenue shared for the players, right? So jersey sales, obviously their TV contracts. So you see these every year, these contracts get bigger and bigger and bigger, right?
Yeah, massive.
But that's because their CBA it negotiates where if the owners are making certain types of money, they get that as well.
Got it.
In the WNBA, that's not the case.
If you want the same percentage of revenue per year, you won't be receiving any money. You will be paying money. Listen here. If they want the same percentage of profits, that's fine. But it's also ridiculous since the WNBA loses money every single year. There literally are no profits. The big brother NBA teams are literally bankrolling their sister WNBA franchises and have been since day one. The WNBA loses approximately $10 million per year. This is not sexist or patriarchal. It's an economic
entered a women's event in Canada and smashed the bench press record held by a trans athlete. But how, you ask, was a guy allowed to compete with women? Turns out in Canada, which Fox has confirmed is a real place, their powerlifting union allows athletes to sign up for any gendered event based on how they feel. No questions asked. Biden has a similar policy when it comes to hiring people in his administration. I do like them, yeah. The bearded beefcake, Avi Silverberg, who is very much a man, identified as a woman to enter the competition. His goal was simple: show how unfair it is for biological males to compete against women. And boy, did he. Competing in the bench press, Silverberg easily beat the old record by nearly 100 pounds.
I figured out the adult hierarchy of sports. You have women's sports, and then you have trans athletes that are in women's sports, and then you have men's sports. This guy came along and broke the bench press world record by 100 pounds from a guy who was previously a male, but then transitioned into a female who's on hormone suppressing therapy. So again, that just goes to show you the stark difference between men and women's physical abilities.
What the f*** is going on with people allowing biological men to compete against women? I mean, out of all the sensitive I'm a pretty sensitive person. I'm pretty open-minded, but
Have you ever trained with a woman? Have you ever trained with, so you know Gabby Garcia?
Sure.
I trained with her once. And I was like, before we trained, I was like, told the coach, dude, am I gonna have to f this chick up? Dude, she's bigger than
She's huge.
And I was like, am I gonna have to
if she's on all the Mexican supplements.
It's probably bigger than this fucking can. I'm like, am I gonna have to fuck this chick up? And he starts laughing. I'm rolling with her, and then she was just weak. Like, she just felt like a fat chick.
Yeah. Well,
and after that, I was like, oh, fuck.
There's a weird thing going on in this culture.
They always say, oh, a woman can't beat a man. I spar with men. And I mean, I drop men. I bust men nose. I beat men up all the time.
Are you sure about that?
Oh! So this is Clarissa Shields. She's a very accomplished female boxer, and in the world of female boxing, she's one of the best of all time. New footage has gone viral recently of a video that was actually shot about 5 years ago, but it's just resurfaced, of a relatively unknown male boxer that dropped Clarissa Shields in sparring. Let's see what she had to say about it.
The guy I sparred, he was like a little Russian hater. He took the patent out of his gloves. I had whooped his ass on a Monday, and his coach wanted to spar again on Thursday. But he caught me, but he didn't have no patent in his gloves. He know exactly who he is.
That's cap.
About being dropped, but what I will say is, when a try to cheat me, you got me up. And yes, I ran to my car and I grabbed my knife and I was going to cut Derek Santos.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
Guess who stopped me? Coach John, because I would slice his old ass up, because don't ever cheat again.
So she's basically claiming that this relatively unknown Russian boxer took the padding out of his gloves before the sparring match, where the coach later came out on Instagram saying that never happened, that you're talking shit. He also said that the guy was going quite easy on her in sparring, but she started progressively raining bigger shots on him and started talking shit at the same time. So he goes, why are you doing this? We're sparring partners, we're here to help you. And he goes to his coach, what do I do? Someone says, hit her. She's a big girl, she's a world champion, she can handle herself. Fast forward 5 seconds, boom, knocks her down. And keep in mind, Clarissa Shields is the same girl who reckons she could give Triple G a run for his money in a boxing match. Yes, you heard that right, Triple G, this guy right here.
9 pounds. As a professional, also a perfect record. 35 fights, 35 victories, including 32 wins by knockout, including 22 consecutive KOs, and he has KO'd every opponent he's faced over the last 8 years. This Olympic medalist from Karaganda, Kazakhstan is the reigning, defending, undefeated, universally recognized, true middleweight champion of the world, Gennadiyevich Golovkin, a.k.a.
Triple G, he's older now, but I can give Triple G a run for his money.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think Mike Tyson summed that up perfectly. Alright, that's it for the video, guys. Appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see more videos just like this. And also don't forget to like the video so it gets recommended to other people. Trying to shoot this channel up to 1,000 subscribers, so with your help, that would mean the world to me. See you next time.